everyone, Zara here. So today's video is going to be all about foundations that I find are really ideal for brown Indian skin tones. So whether it's that the formulation is just perfect for kind of hiding our pigmentation, our dark circles, or that they just have a really great range of shades. I have three kind of drugstore brands that you can find in pharmacies and chemists and places like that, so a little bit more affordable. And then I have three more high-end foundations, which you guys have probably seen in my videos because I really adore them. When I first started buying makeup, I tried buying the deeper shade that I had access to here in Australia. Obviously now, a few years later, like brands are bringing the deeper shades to Australia. It's not that shades weren't being made. Like Loreal, for example, were making deep shades. I used to travel all the way to Canada to visit family, and I'd find my shade there. However, they just weren't stocking it here in store in Australia, so I felt a little bit limited, and as a result I did turn to high-end brands who would be able to afford to stock like a deeper shade range. And as a result I kind of fell in love with higher end foundations very quickly. But obviously with kind of the evolution of inclusivity in the beauty kind of industry, and with Fenty Beauty coming out with 40 shades, a lot of brands are starting to realise that there is a market here in Australia for darker shades, and now we have access to them. So without further explanation, I will get straight into this. So I'll start off with the more affordable foundations, and the first one I have here is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation. This has been a holy grail for a lot of YouTubers that I do follow here in Australia. Obviously they are of much fairer skin tone than I am. The deepest shade that they used to stock here in the pharmacy was 315. Now I probably could get away with it, but I felt like it was just a touch too light for me, and you know, would only really work for me when I was at my palest. I am now the shade 330 Toffee Caramel, which I picked up whilst in Canada, but since then they have introduced their full range of shades here in Priceline. I've seen them, and as a result I think I'd probably be, I think they have a shade 325 or something along those lines, so I think that would be my shade most of the year, and 330 was always kind of a little bit too dark for me. So it's great to see that there are more shades available now in Priceline here in Australia. Obviously overseas you could probably already get deeper shades, but I think it's a really good brand for Indian brown skin tones. It's got a very fairly medium to full coverage. They do very warm tones as well. And yeah, I just think it's a great brand to approach if you're looking for a foundation. A new foundation from Revlon is their Photoready Candid foundation. I've used this a few days and I want it to work. I am the shade 440 Caramel. However, they did send me even darker shades, so they are available now in quite a wide range of shades. So even if you're more tan than I am, you'll probably find something. I don't think they go incredibly dark like some other brands, but they cover more than they used to, which is, it's progress, really. I find this is a beautiful natural finish for, like I said, I wear it every day to work. Unfortunately it is only 22 milliliters, whereas foundations are usually a standard 30 milliliters. I'll have to find out the price points, but I'm not sure if it's worth it just because of that. Like, you get less, hopefully the price is less to reflect that, because I do find that you don't need, like, you're still using the same amount. Like, I still use 2 pumps for my face, so yeah. But in saying that, a really gorgeous brand for deeper skin tones because of the undertones, like nice neutral to warm ones. I don't know a lot of Indians that have a cool undertone. I could be wrong there, obviously, but yeah, I always find that Indians, like, we tan very easily, so we tend to be of the warmer undertone variety. Recently, L'Oreal True Match expanded their shade range here in Australia to, I think, 40 something shades. I have always kind of sat in the shade like W8, which they now call Golden Cappuccino. Like I said, I used to go to Canada to buy deeper shades of foundations for myself, and this was one of them in particular that I bought over there. So it's really great to see it's now available here. They have a huge range of shades, warm, neutral and cool, I believe, and yeah, like I said, goes up to 40 shades as well. And this is a nice medium coverage, So kind of good for everyday wear, but still workable if you want higher coverage for like a special occasion. So it's a really good all-round foundation. Moving on to the more higher end foundations, I was recently sent the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless foundation with an SPF 15. This claims to be like a full cover, oil-free, shine control foundation, so really good for oily skin tones. And recently, so Bobbi Brown have always had a very large shade range available, but they've recently kind of filled a few gaps that I think they found forming, so they've come out with a few more shades just in between their existing shades. I kind of sit around the shade Golden Honey 5.75, but yeah, they sent me a couple more shades that I could probably mix to kind of work for when I'm paler or more tan, but this is kind of where I sit roughly right now. It is very warm, as you can see, against my skin tone, but I don't mind that. I always like to look a little bit more tan, and I believe Bobbi Brown is one of those brands that's more widely available around the world, and yeah, they always stock their full shade range every time I've seen them in store. A foundation you guys know I've loved for a very long time is the NARS Sheer Glow. This is one of the first foundations I found that matched me quite well, and I could wear for like very special occasions. So this used to be the foundation I would wear whenever I had whenever I would attend a wedding or knew that I just wanted to look absolutely flawless. NARS, all of their foundations, all of their complexion products are perfectly geared for brown, medium skin tones. They have such a wide shade range in every single product they come out with. Like, I loved the tinted moisturizer for so long. I used to wear it every day to work. So definitely a brand to go to if you're always struggling to find your shade. They have a huge range, and you'll definitely find what you need. And then you guys know that my holy grail foundation is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. For years I've been using the shade Caramel, however as of late I have been using the shade Honey. It's a touch lighter, and I just find it kind of works a little bit better when I'm a little bit more paler. And I think it's another brand that's very widely available around the world, and they'll always stock all of their shades. Worst case, you can buy online, however I'm not sure how easy it is to return if the shade isn't perfect for you. Very medium foundation, very beautiful on the skin. I find that one in particular helps cover any scars, any pigmentation I might have on my face. If you asked me to choose out of all the drugstore ones, I'd probably highly recommend the L'Oreal True Match, and if you asked me to pick out of all the high-end ones, I'd go with the Too Faced. These are probably my two picks if you want one for every day that's a bit more affordable, and then one for special occasions. These two would be my absolute go-tos. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of these foundations, feel free to ask me in the comments below, and I think that is all I have to say about them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!